home fire safety, utilities, and prevention tips. Every year, millions of fires occur worldwide and about 380,000 house fires in the United States. A large portion of these happen in homes. Many injuries and fatalities are also caused by these home fires. Have you ever asked yourself how safe we are in our own homes? Are we prepared if a fire happens? How are we going to keep our family safe? What should we do when the difference between life and death can often be just a few minutes? Let's learn all that so we can protect our family. First, do you know how fast fire spreads? For a fire to occur, 3 things are necessary. Heat. This must be hot enough to cause ignition. Oxygen, which is in ample supply all around us in the air we breathe. Fuel, which can be solid, a liquid, or gas. In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can get completely out of control and can turn into a major fire. It only takes minutes for a house to fill with smoke and become engulfed in flames. If heat, fuel, and oxygen are all present, then the conditions are ideal for a sustained fire. When a fire starts in your home, there may not be enough time to save anything but yourselves. Fire can engulf an entire home with dizzying speed. When people understand the speed at which fire can spread, they will be more likely to be cautious about fire risks. They will also know how much time they have to escape when a fire breaks out in their home. While the fire's movement depends on different conditions, the following example can impart a general idea of the speed of fire. Here's a typical timeline of a 2-story house being engulfed by fire. At 30 seconds, the fire starts and rapidly grows. At 1.04 minutes, the fire spreads from the initial flame and the room begins to fill with smoke. At 3.03 minutes, the temperature in the room where the fire began will reach over 500 degrees Fahrenheit. No human can survive that kind of heat. At 3.20 minutes, escaping will be very challenging with the upstairs halls filled with smoke. At 3.41 minutes, a flashover occurs. Everything in the room where the fire originated will ignite with the temperature exceeding 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit. At 3.50 minutes, 2 minutes after the smoke detector went off, the only possible way out is the second exit. At 4.33 minutes, flames will have engulfed the home's exterior. Rescue is no longer possible. It takes less than 5 minutes for a fire to completely engulf most homes. There is not much time to decide what to do. Fire waits for no one. It is critical to make a plan in advance. Hesitation could mean the difference between life and death. What causes home fire? Kitchen fire is the number 1 cause. Kitchen fires account for 48% of all house fires. That's 173,200 house fires per year. They most frequently occur due to overcooking or spilling of food and grease during food preparation. Statistically, the worst day of the year for cooking fires is Thanksgiving. The spillage of oils onto flammable objects like buildup of grease and oils around, behind and under your stove or oven, overheating of food leading to combustion, forgetting to turn the stove off, dropping pots and pans off the stove onto the floor. Since we understand the causes, then it is easier for us to minimize the risks by doing this while we're cooking. Stay in the kitchen when you are frying, grilling, broiling, or boiling food. If you leave the kitchen, turn the burner off. Keep things that can burn away from your cooking area. Turn pot handles toward the back of the stove so they don't get bumped. Now let's see what is the number 2 cause. Can anyone guess? It's home heating. Heaters are the second biggest cause of home fires in the United States after cooking fires. Home heaters are often placed too close to bedding, located under curtains, or have clothing hung over them to dry. These sheets are heated by the heating devices to the point that they combust. Space heaters, 44%, are the biggest culprit for home heater fires, followed by fireplaces, 32%. Space heaters cause a disproportionate amount of deaths in this category. A whopping 86% of all deaths from heating equipment started with space heaters. Failure to clean any heating appliance is also a big reason in the fires start in the first place. So how are we going to avoid all these? Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away from fireplaces, wood stoves, space heaters, and radiators. When you leave a room or go to bed, turn heaters off or unplug them. Plug space heaters directly into the outlet. Never use extension cord or power strip. Make sure your heater has an automatic shut-off switch that turns it off if it tips over. Have your furnace, chimney, and chimney connector inspected by a professional each winter. Make repairs before cool weather sets in. What is the number 3 cause of home fires? Electrical system. There are approximately 24,000 electrical fires per year, per the U.S. Fire Administration. Electrical fires can be caused by broken wires, wire insulation drying out, loose switches or receptacles, and overheating caused by dirt and oil. Faulty wiring is the number 1 cause of electrical fires. Here are the warning signs: flickering lights, breakers that always trip, fuses that blow, a burning smell when appliances are plugged in, outlets and switches that spark, discolored wall outlets. Make sure you don't piggyback adapters and power boards onto other power boards. The best thing to do is to only use the allocated number of outlets on a power board and never add more power boards onto each other. It's also usually best to buy power boards with overload protection. These power boards come with a fuse which cuts electricity to the board when overloaded or short circuit occurs. Get your electrical system checked by a licensed electrician every 4 years. What do you do when electrical fires happen? If it is safe, remove or unplug the smoke equipment from power source. Locate the circuit breakers or fuses and know how to shut off the power. Post shut-off instructions next to the breaker box or fuse box. Unscrew individual fuses or switch off smaller breakers first, then pull the main switch or breaker. When turn the power back on, turn on the main switch or breaker first, then screw in the fuses or switch on the smaller breakers one at a time. And remember, you should not enter a flooded basement or standing water to shut off the electrical supply because water conducts electricity. Smell gas or fumes? What should you do if you smell gas? Does any of you here know where your main gas line is located? If you don't, please find out soon, because if this happens, then you have to shut off your main gas line to be safe. Often you will find a gas box on the side of the house, but not every house is the same. So find this out, because when it happens, you will have no time to look for it. Locate your natural gas meter. Find the natural gas shutoff valve. Using a 12-inch or larger adjustable wrench, turn the valve a quarter turn in either direction. Make sure you have the 12-inch wrench available at home to be handy. If you turn off your natural gas at the meter, leave it off. Do not turn it back on yourself. Contact your gas provider to turn the meter back on and relight the pilots. Guess what? The number 4 cause of home fire is cigarette smoking. Despite smoking accounting for far fewer house fires than cooking accident, 18,100 versus 173,200, it remains the leading cause of house fire deaths, 590 versus 550. In other words, fires caused by cigarettes tend to be incredibly deadly. Fires caused by smoking usually occur when a cigarette is not properly extinguished before being discarded. A cigarette butt casually flicked into a shrub or pot can easily ignite dried leaves and rapidly cause a house to burn to the ground. The most common locations where smoking-related home fires occur are the balcony or patio, 18%, followed by the bedroom, 15%. Cigarette fires can be prevented by having all smokers always smoke outside, use deep, sturdy ashtrays, put cigarettes all the way out. Do this every time. Put water on cigarette butts before throwing them in the trash, and smoke only when alert. Never smoke in bed or if drowsy. Home fire can be caused by many reasons. Beside those that we have just learned, there can be candle fire, children play with fire, and Christmas tree fire. The damages are also very big. An estimated 18,000 house fires are caused by candles each year. Most of the incidents are due to negligence. Leaving a lit candle unattended can quickly lead to a fire. Numerous flammable materials in the vicinity of a candle can easily catch fire. Reduce this risk by trimming the wick of your candle to help limit the size of the flame, or use battery-operated candles. The curiosity of young children can also lead to threatening fires. Playing with matches, lighters, and candles led to 56,300 fires between 2005 and 2009. Keeping these items out of the reach of children and educating them about the importance of fire safety can help reduce this risk. Every winter, families all around the world bring large trees into their home to celebrate a beloved holiday. However, Christmas trees can easily become a significant fire hazard. Dry trees combined with strings of lights quickly turn into fire sticks. Before placing the tree in your home, cut off an inch or so from the bottom of the trunk, removing any dead wood that would prevent the tree from soaking up water. Watering your tree, keeping it hydrated. Also, be sure to turn off Christmas lights when you go to sleep at night, or avoid the risk altogether by getting an artificial tree. Now that we have seen most of the cause of major fires, what are we going to do about prevention? How do we limit the risk and be home fire safe? Prevention number 1, smoke alarms. Why smoke alarms? Working smoke alarms give you early warning if there is a fire. Having smoke detectors placed in various locations around your home allows for fast and effective detection. The smoke detector siren will warn you day or night that there is a potential fire, allowing you to quickly check the nature of the problem and hopefully prevent any damages. If a smoke detector is used to notify us of a fire hazard, a carbon monoxide will help us notify that the air in the home or room is poisoned. The most common symptoms of CO poisoning are headache, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. Carbon monoxide symptoms are often described as flu-like. If you breathe in a lot of carbon monoxide, it can make you pass out or kill you. People who are sleeping or drunk can die from carbon monoxide poisoning before they have symptoms. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, toxic gas that is created by burning objects like wood, propane, charcoal, or other fuels. Put smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms on every level of your home. Place them inside and outside of all the sleeping areas. Make sure all of the alarms work. Test them each month and change batteries every 6 months. Replace the alarms that are 10 years or older. Besides placing smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms in every room and every level of your home, you also need to have a fire extinguisher, one on every level plus kitchen and garage. Tundra spray in the kitchen and near grilling area. Second to the smoke alarm is a fire extinguisher. A fire extinguisher should only be used after the following steps have been taken. Alert others in the building that there's a fire. Have someone call 911. Know how to operate a fire extinguisher. Beyond those advised, you should also ask yourself if you should use a fire extinguisher. Answer the following questions. Can I escape quickly and safely from the area if I attempt to extinguish the fire and do not succeed? Do I have the right type of extinguisher? Is the extinguisher large enough for the fire? Are they free from other dangers such as hazardous materials and falling debris? Can the fire be extinguished in 5 seconds? If your answers are yes to all of the above, then you can try a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. If your answer is no to any of those questions, then leave immediately. Do you know your fire extinguisher? Using the wrong kind of fire extinguisher can be dangerous. Here's what to know about different types of fires and the types of fire extinguishers that are recommended for home use. Class A fire extinguishers. Class A fire extinguishers are used for ordinary combustibles such as paper, wood, cloth, and some types of plastic. Class B extinguishers are for fires that originate from flammable liquids and gas. This is the type of extinguisher you'll want to use on a fire caused by oil or fuel. Class C fire extinguishers. These extinguishers are effective against electrical fires from live wires, panels, and circuit breakers. Class D extinguishers. These are used for combustible metals, including magnesium, sodium, aluminum, and titanium. Class K extinguishers are commonly used in restaurant kitchens, can effectively put out fires caused by cooking fats, greases, and oils. Knowing these types will help you to select the right kind of fire extinguisher for your home. An ABC extinguisher can be used in place of any one of these individual extinguishers, as it can extinguish all items that fall under type A, B, or C. It is the most common type of fire extinguisher on the market, and it is also the most versatile and best extinguisher for home use in most circumstances. Fire authorities recommend that all establishments have an ABC fire extinguisher readily on hand. Hopefully, you'll never have to be in a fire, and so you'll never need to know how to use a fire extinguisher. But of course, fires do happen. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, in a recent year, there were nearly 1,300,000 fires in the U.S., and they caused nearly 3,300 deaths, 16,000 injuries, and close to $12 billion in losses and damages. So we should all hope we're never involved in a fire, but we should also learn how to use a fire extinguisher just in case. To help remembering how to use a fire extinguisher, just remember the simple word pass. P. Pull the pin out to unlock the fire extinguisher. A. Aim at the fire. S. Squeeze the handle extinguisher, and then S. Sweep from left to right. Keep your eyes at the fire when doing all that. What would you do when your home is on fire? Do you have an escape plan or know how to escape from fire? Remember, it only takes 30 seconds for flames to grow rapidly. Remember, under fire, get out, stay out. You do not take time to try and save belongings. Once out, do not try and re-enter the house for any reason. Stay out. Once out of your house, meet at your family's agreed safe meeting place and stay away from the fire. Again, once out, stay out. How many of you have made a fire escape plan? And if you do, how many of you did practice with family members? If you have not been doing all these, then don't wait. In the event of a fire, you should have a fire escape plan in place so that your family members know exactly how to exit your home safely. It could end up saving lives, and it could help firefighters to put the fire out more quickly, since they won't have to worry about rescuing anyone from a burning building when they arrive. Proper planning can make the difference between life and death. Draw a floor plan or a map of your home. Show all doors and windows. Mark 2 ways out of each room. Placing objects in the home properly to avoid fire. Mark all of the smoke alarms with SA and CO for carbon monoxide alarms. Smoke alarms should be in each sleeping room, outside each sleeping area, and on every level of the home. Pick a family meeting place outside where everyone can meet. How often should you practice your plan? Next are some must-know fire escape tips. These tips can save your life. If fires happen, leave your house immediately. Cover your nose and mouth with wet cotton towels. Stay low and roll as you exit. Never touch door handle with bare hands. You don't want to get burned because it will slow down your escape. Leave as soon as possible. Do not try and save personal belongings. Once out, stay out. Go to your meeting place. What do you do if your clothes catch fire? First of all, do not panic. Just remember these 3 steps. Stop what you're doing. Don't jump. No movement from hands because you will add more oxygen to the fire. Drop to the ground and cover your face if you can. Roll over and over or back and forth until the flames go out. Running will only make the fire burn faster. Now let's talk about the fire safety tips for your home. Install and check smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms. Take extra care in the kitchen. Placing objects in the home properly to avoid fire. Check your electrical and heating systems. Purchase fire extinguishers and learn how to use them. Plan a safe escape. Have an emergency contact list for in and out of state. Have a fire escape ladder if you have a 2-story house and put them near the window. Always have emergency packs ready. Also, make your own reminder list before you leave home or going to bed, such as turn off lights, turn the oven off, no lighting candles. And have you signed up for Alert SCC yet? Emergencies occur every day. The Santa Clara County Emergency Management System wants to remind you that being prepared and informed during an emergency can not only save your life, but also the lives of those you love. Registering takes only minutes, the service is free, and Alert SCC connects you to a powerful county-wide response network. Alert SCC is specifically designed to help you manage your actions in an emergency. Let's sign up so you can get an alert when there is fire, earthquake, severe weather, crime incident that affects your neighborhood, or instructions during disaster. Be alert. Expect the unexpected. Let's protect your family and keep them safe. Your family needs you, so be fire safe. Thank you for your participation.